No, I'll say.
Christian
Everybody.
H, man.
Christian H, dude, that's me. What's
Exposed.
up? Exposed, that's my full
Exposed.
name. It's not like it's been on the internet for like 2 years.
Bro.
Spencer's in here.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I can't go live on the Panda account because I posted a high kappa, man. Unfortunately. Yo, Brian's in the stream?
Brian
Shoot.
R.
Yeah.
How do I check? Oh, there we go. That is a chat. There we go, boys.
Sheesh.
Oh, dude, we got Team Lunatic 3D in here, bro.
Oh my.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes. You love to
Shit.
see it. You love to see it.
That's
No,
fun.
dude, it's all Gian.
Oh, Jan. Jacob says ZB.
Dude,
ZB Airsoft, man.
Yes, sir, buddy.
let's go, baby. Marley. What a legend, dude.
Yeah, they said they can't hear you, Gabby. They said they can't hear you in the chat.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I can't hear you in
Yeah.
the stream.
Damn,
Yo,
33
shout
already?
out, yo,
Nothing
shout out
against.
Marley, dude.
All right, how about
What's
now?
John the story?
Ooh, that's probably peaking loud. There we go.
Shout out Zimbabwe Airsoft.
Sir.
All right, so you guys can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah,
you
okay.
fine.
Can the chat hear me? Because I just added a second audio input.
Let's
Chat,
see,
can you
let's
hear
see.
me? Yes. Wait, why did those messages get? Why did the
Yeah,
messages
they
get
they
deleted?
they can hear you.
Oh,
They
Yeah, I
hear you.
can.
let me see what my Nightbot settings are. All right, chat. So here's some basic ground rules. Nightbot is on. We're filtering out profanities, all caps, the standard Fortniter stuff. So just
stuff.
so just be nice, be polite, or because my Nightbot is fairly aggressive. Because we're trying to get this monetization, baby, which is why I didn't open with like an intro video from Panda, because all of that would get me demonetized in the hottest of seconds.
No money for you.
No
None.
money for me, and I'm
None.
still supposed to get this
Yo, Brian.
I'm supposed to get this $105 YouTube check anytime now.
A
YouTube,
check.
give me that check.
Hey,
Say
YouTube.
Anytime.
Hold up, I got YouTube on speed dial. Don't
Yo.
you worry.
We've got
Yo.
there's 33 dudes, 40 in 3 minutes.
40,
We're just gonna
yes,
kind of
sir.
we'll just chill mode for 2 more minutes or so.
Yo, Christian M, pen on top. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Pin on top, yes sir.
My boy Christian
got
in
Brian?
here, Goose in here, Brian, Isaiah, the Intimidator,
Dude,
I'm on their necking, bro.
Chase is in here.
Chase,
Chase.
Brian's in this beast, Leon in this beast.
We got
Look at all these
Jackson.
kids.
What's good, Jackson?
Jackson.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Dude, thank you, Gonzo Omni.
Team Lighting.
Jean's so cute, Dad.
The
Holy.
homie Sanchez is in here. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Jacob.
You need to get a, what's it called, UND out your field. Team UND on top, you know what I'm saying?
Team
You
UND.
never heard
we need to
Team
get 'em out
UND?
there.
I have not.
Ever
Is that
heard
a
of
Cali team or is that a Texas team?
It's a
Cali
Cali
team.
team.
It's a Cali team.
We need to get Brian R out there, dude.
Socal?
Yeah.
Dude, when we all go, we'll bring Brian up.
What's the
So-
IG for them? Just UND?
Team
Yeah.
UND underscore, should be.
Team UND
Brian's
I
a
think it's
big
under-
homie.
Aw.
underscore.
Is that you dyslexia, you can't talk?
Oh, there it is.
Shut up.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, everyone from SoCal.
Hey. Gingy says, Gian nerd neck, I'm begging.
I'm not nerd necking on stream,
Dude, you're nerd necking, dude.
bro.
Nerd necking on
I'm so-
stream.
I'm so proud I brought that into the group, calling people nerd neck.
Jeez.
It's such a PG insult.
Yeah.
Surrenders, 1, 2.
It really is.
Yeah, shut up, nerd neck.
Surrenders, is it
Shut up.
okay that I'm not sure what harsh words you said my way? If anyone in here has been talking smack in the comments for the first Twix reaction I did, I don't read those comments anymore. That video exists to make me money. So
I
shout
mean,
out,
you got
shout
a
out
lot
to
of
them for
views
that.
on
Milked
that.
like a cow, boxed
Dude, it's
like
like
a
40,
fish.
like 40-something thousand right now. It's nuts.
Yeah.
It is so nuts. 48, 49. All right, so I guess we can just kick this off. We got a whole gang of folks in here. Greetings to all my edgy boys who are probably not yet old enough to drive themselves to Airsoft fields. This is the... My God, what episode? Is this like the...
It's
I really...
8, I think.
I think this is the... You'd
Yeah,
think
8.
I'd
It's
have
8.
some sort
Episode
of
8.
professionalism, but this is just
Yeah,
a
it's
giant
episode
dumpster
8.
fire. Yeah, sure, that'll work. Episode 8 of Sup Nerds. I have 3 of the homies from the dirtiest of dirty, the Pandas. I have the Pandas represent. I have 3 of their patches that I directly wear, and it freaks people out. I don't think the average airsofter is ready to conceptualize that a dude that runs/owns kind of an airsoft field wears panda patches when he plays, and just to me it's the ultimate troll. Just never forget that I am here foremost just to troll everyone and make money, and this is one of the ways that I do it. I would like to thank my 3 homies for showing up tonight. Hopefully I can make some additional YouTube revenue off of this.
Welcome.
Thanks for
Thank you,
inviting.
guys.
Yes, sir.
Use
Here's to you.
Gian's face for clickbait.
That's right. We'll start off with the introductions. We'll go with the homie Gian, if you'd like to say hello. And who the fuck are you, nerd?
All right. Well, I'm the CEO of
Nick.
Panda Airsoft.
Ooh.
After my boy Nick, free Nick. I don't know where he is, but yeah, I'm in Texas.
Oh my gosh, my thing won't focus.
Oh boy. Looks
All right.
focused to me. Go for it. Speak your mind.
Oh,
Fucking great.
my name's Zane, also known as ZB Airsoft. I'm in Texas. I'm like, I guess you say like the leader for the northern branch of Texas, but yeah, that's basically it.
And last but not least, my
All right.
Cali representative in the building.
What's up? I'm Christian, aka P Gestapo, and I'm just the leader, spokesman, whatever you want to call me, for Socal Panda.
So you're like the most hated dude in California, I guess, for Airsoft?
Not
Definitely
yet. Actually,
Not yet.
no. A lot of people
Yet.
like me. I haven't met anyone that's personally beefed
No,
with
that's
me.
not what Instagram says. I read the Reddit
Yeah,
posts
well-
about you, you jerk.
I know. I'm so mean. I kicked a puppy once and I used it as a thunder beat.
I knew it. I knew it. That was an HSP. I knew it.
Yep, that's me.
Hilarious.
Most hated Cali player.
I think the most ironic part that I get out of these, especially with when I had Dev and Quinn on, is like you see all these Instagram posts and all this social media bullshit, like, these guys look so scary, these toxic, and like, just like, hi, I'm Gian. Hi, how's it going? Like, I'm a pleasant. I'm wearing
Yeah.
a flannel. How's your day been?
I'm a
He's
bad
wearing a
kid, dude.
flannel and his cult hat. Let's go.
Yeah, so-
Oh my god, people are so stupid. Gian, we will start with you. Standard simple questions. How, Mr. Gian, did you get started in the Airsoft game? Your
I think,
genesis
well,
moment.
Let's see. Well, here in Texas, like I think like airsoft, like and stuff is like pretty loose. So I think when I was like middle school or something, I went in the woods with my friends. We were shooting each other toy guns, and then one of them was like, "Hey, there's actual like place we can do this at." So we went to AR-15, and we I think I had like a Walmart like 416, like the like the ones that shoot like 200 FPS from Academy.
Still a
I had one of
416 though.
those. Yeah. Anyway, so I was like, I was playing there at like a Walmart red dot. I was using like 0.12 gram BBs. Obviously, I didn't know. And it was pretty fun. I was like, I enjoyed it. And a lot of the players at the field back then at Air-15 was like really competitive. So I got my ass ran. Oh, shit, wasn't supposed to say that.
Meh.
And I got ran by Nick, who actually like the one that made Panda. He lit me up, and I was like, damn, that hurt. But I was like, I'll come back anyways. It was fun. So yeah.
I mean, you weren't just born some mag dumping edgy boy?
No, I'm a band kid.
No, I'm a band kid.
No, I'm a band kid.
Z Monster, you're up.
All right. So basically, my story is like Gian's. Like, me and my friends were just playing in the woods, and one of my friends is like, "Hey, there's this field called D14," and he was like, "Yeah, a ton of guys just dress up and they wear all this like gear and shit." And I was like, "Oh, whoops, not supposed to say that." Uh, they're like, "Oh." I was like, dude, that's really cool. So I went there and I had, what was it? It was like what was the brand? SRC or something? Some crappy
Ooh.
M4. And I used that and I had a rental mask. And I don't really remember much from the whole day when I was there. But I just remember having a lot of fun. I probably only got like 2 kills, but it was just a lot of fun. And yeah, me and my friends like started going there for like a couple weekends in a row. And then, yeah, I ended up here.
California in the building. How doth thou start Airsoft?
So, it started off all actually when I moved to where I currently live. I'm not telling y'all, but all my neighbors would always play airsoft, and like we don't really have a big backyard or a forest to play in, because where I live, everyone's super like, I'm gonna call the cops on you for trespassing. So we got nowhere to go. So we'd
Accurate.
play in this like
Very
hill
accurate.
that was right behind, that was like a hill that was right behind our house. And after a while, I got like really into it. So I went to Walmart and I bought this like $50 clear AEG. And then once I got it, none of my neighbors wanted to play with me anymore because I had a gun that could shoot full auto while they all
Oh
had
no.
springers. And I was like, well, I want people to play with. My dad's like, my dad was huge into paintball at the time. And he's like, I told you to buy a paintball gun. I'm like, well, can't you play airsoft at those fields too? He's like, yeah. So we went. I got ran as usual. I was wearing like my uncle's BDUs like rolled up like crazy.
Yes.
And I show up and I got absolutely worked at Jungle Island when there was Recon. Recon was my favorite map, but it's gone now,
Womp womp.
or they don't really run it. But it was just that, and like I used to watch like a ton of like Jet Desert Fox, and I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. But it was weird because like a light switch, I just didn't like it anymore. And then I bought a die.
I feel that. I feel that.
About to die. The end.
So let's start this. We'll keep this order. Gian, I also feel you might answer this best. How did Panda start? What's the genesis of Panda?
Well, so funny thing. So actually, yeah. So I didn't make the team, right? So like everyone that we there's one guy that we know on the team. His name is Nick, right? And I don't know where Nick is right now, to be honest. Like he kind of disappears like every once in a while. But so what happened was Nick knew a kid, right? And unfortunately he died of cancer. But they didn't really have a team name for the team back then. So they're like, what do we name it? And the kid's favorite animal was a panda. So that's why I named it Panda. So I mean, obviously it's not like an intimidating name, like Team Retribution or something, right? But
Oh boy.
it ended up just working out, and now we got a pretty like decent sized team. And I just came along at like Air 15. Nick noticed me, put me on the team, and then from there, Nick kind of just got busy, so I've just been running it. And that's how like we got to like where we are now.
So then that actually is the true story. It was his
Yeah.
favorite animal, and he passed.
Yeah,
Because
so
I think I'd see
you will
that.
see that. Yeah,
I saw that in like some comments or something somewhere. I was like, "Is that real?
Yeah.
Like, that's really nice."
Yeah.
it's weird because people look at the team and are like, why is it named Panda? It makes like that's weird, right? These kids are weirdos, but it's not just like you see that story and you're like, all right, okay, that's all right,
Tenchi in chat is got the most legitimate response. That is actually wholesome.
That's actually
Yeah.
I
It
basically.
is actually nice. Z, how'd you jump in? How'd you get into the Panda game?
So apparently, it was like December of what was it, 2019, and I think Gian like started watching my videos around then, and like I never like I always like saw Panda, I saw their videos, and I was like, oh, that's cool, and I didn't realize till like January of 2020 that they're in Texas. I was like, oh, I kind of want to join, and me and my buddy Ryan, who doesn't really play anymore, but me and him were like, oh, we kind of want to get on this team. So we kind of just started grinding out videos, try to like, get like, what is it, plate carriers and whatnot, because we were just wearing like tights and crap before. But then one day, me and Ryan were on Discord, and my friend Parker invited me to a Discord call, and I joined it, and Gian was in there, and then we made a little like side team called Supremacy, and then that team just fell off. So after that fell off, I just
happens.
I just went and transferred to Panda, and that was in like March, and I'm just here now. So yeah, good
You know
stuff.
who's next? Your
Yes, sir.
how did the, and you could tie this in the same thing. How did
Yeah.
the California branch of Panda start, and sort of also your involvement? Like, how'd you also get into it?
So there was a branch before me, and then it just stopped. It just disappeared, and so like people moved on to other teams and whatnot. And so I was on a team called Omni, and with me, Spencer, and Gonzo. And it was us three. We'd play a lot. We were relatively known, nothing crazy. And after a while, we were talking if we should break up the team because the team was being associated with some bad stuff, just a lot of people talking trash. We ignored a lot of the beef, and that kind of put us on top 90% of the time because if you're just ignoring someone while they're talking trash to you, it makes them look stupid.
Facts.
And so you just ignore it all the time.
got
But
a
then
new
after a while,
phone.
it became a discussion if we should break up the team. What should we do? And then that's actually around the time where I met Gian through Gonzo, because Gian and Gonzo go back a little bit. And so I just started hanging out with Gian in like Discord. We'd play games together, watch clips, and then after a while, Gian just told us, he's like, "Hey, I want to bring Panda Socal back." So he took some members from 3.6. He took pretty much all of Omni, and there's just some other people here and there, and put us all on. Like Matt K, absolute god at Airsoft.
Crazy.
He's insane. But it was just really cool, and it's like a really good sense of family. Like it's crazy having like so many different people I could talk to and interact with, whether or not in California or Texas. Like, so just me being put on the team. That's pretty much how it started. Is just Gian thought I was good at Airsoft, and put me on the team.
Personality too, not just airsoft skill. That's like what matters more to me. To be honest.
Yeah.
I try to be as nice as I can, just to anyone.
Thank you, Quentin, for the follow. I don't know what that means on a YouTube thing. There's 73 dudes in the chat. If y'all ain't subbed to me on this
Holy.
YouTube, y'all wrong. Subscribe to this
Yo,
beard.
sub and like right now.
Sub and like
right now.
right
Sub and
now.
like or
I'm
drop
trying
a
to get
like
this
and
money.
a follow. Drop a like and a follow.
Oh, son.
Daughter's definitely turning 16 this year, so I need some extra bread. At some point, she's going to want more things, and this is going to be a real pain in the butt year for me. Anyway, that doesn't matter. 73 dudes. Good googly moogly.
You guys, there better
that's
be
great.
at least 73 likes on this video, or I'm putting Brian R on you.
That's right. Just right.
Shooter, bro.
So there's a Texas chapter. It's like it's like the Hell's Angels. So there's Texas, Cali, and there's a separate chapter in Arizona, if I'm correct?
Yes, and there's also
Yes.
we also got Enzo in Florida. It used to be two people. I'm not gonna name the other person, but Enzo's a real one. So we got Enzo in Florida.
Gingy.
Yeah, we got Gingy in Georgia.
Dang.
But otherwise,
Yeah.
that's basically it.
So you're basically the Hell's Angel of Airsoft.
I mean, yeah, if you want to put it like that, yeah. CEOs of Airsoft, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Minus the meth.
Doing drive-bys. And...
oh, I don't know about that one. I was kidding.
So what makes Panda kind of stand out from other teams or organizations or families of players? What makes Panda stand out?
I would say-
open for 'em.
Okay, for Texas, one thing I've always enforced, and like everyone Pan can vouch for this, is I'm really big on like hit calling, because I've noticed like so many like new teams, you know, the die contour pig brig, it's just kids running through BBs. It's nothing special, right?
Correct.
So and like where I used to like play when I was like younger, like Air 15, it's always been really competitive. You know, it's like it built good players. So I kind of want to build Panda around that whenever I was in charge of it after like Nick's been like kind of gone. So I've always just made a point, you know, just don't shrug BBs, just play legit. Be like you have to be a good player. You know what I'm saying? So basically, yeah.
No
Definitely
scrubs.
agree with Gian. Definitely agree with Gian.
Now, for the Cali branch, what makes Panda stand out in Socal amongst because Socal, for a lot of people, is kind of the mecca of Airsoft.
yeah.
So what makes you stand out in Socal?
I would say I try to keep it attitude as well. Attitude, play style, also having an entire team, like the uniform, especially because it. Oh no, I know there's a lot of teams that don't really enforce uniform or at least try to keep it in that color scheme. There are a couple teams like MIA did that and they did great, and so you could see someone in all green, you're like, that's MIA. And so a lot of people are like, oh, we're on a team, but they're all wearing different colors. And I get it, like wear what you want, but that's another thing that helps. But with attitude is I try to have everyone on my team treat all the refs and staff and players as respectfully as humanly possible. Because the biggest thing is, like, let's say you do something stupid and then a lot of people in Airsoft, they'll do something dumb and then insult the other person. So like they'll cheat and then insult the player. And so it's just I try to keep it like attitude based and try to keep everyone nice to each other. Nice to the refs, nice to the players once again. So I just really hope that we keep it as like it's not like a, oh god, Panda Airsoft's here and it's like, oh sweet, Panda Airsoft's here, I'm gonna go say hi to him. I'm trying to keep it more of a friendly, open thing instead of like a clique, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yeah, one thing I forgot to say.
Are going in
what you call
for
it?
a minute.
I forgot about NJ. I forgot about NJ, Max Mayer, and Aiden Burns, and I forgot about Andrew in Tennessee. You know, my bad. Like,
Were they calling you out in chat?
Yeah, dude, I forgot about Max Mayer. Bro.
So it is really like a big family.
Yeah.
I say so. I did my whole friend group basically is like the guys that like I know on Panda. Like in San Antonio, that's like my friend group. Like Chase, Brendan, Nick, you know, that's who I trust basically. So
It's like edgy boys with hearts. Aw.
nah, we're
I
not.
know.
We don't associate with that word. That's like weird. That's like some Colin type stuff.
Cool interest.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
One of the things that really caught my eye with the Panda team overall was the videos. They're so good. The editing, especially that last one, the Socal one, bro. The editing on that, the transitions, the different effects, the video editing by Panda is probably some of the best out there, hands down. How did that start? Like, is it? I know you do like editing competitions and stuff, but where does the editing in the videos fit into the team and kind of the team's identity?
Well, so it all started out with the original Panda YouTube channel that we still have now. It started with Nick, so he basically made all the videos and stuff, right? But as we started like branching, adding more and more people, obviously that adds more and more talents and skill sets, right? So for example, in California when we added Paul, he basically does
Rental
every
Lord.
single video. Yeah, he does all the
Yeah,
videos
Rental
in
Lord.
Cali. Well, it used to be Andrew, but Andrew moved to Tennessee. So like one of our bigger videos, I think has like 14K views. Was edited by Andrew, and Andrew is like god tier editor for Panda. Every single video he had blew up over 2,000 views.
Dude, they're so good. And the titles are hilarious, like the Chinese bear invasion, and I love
Those
them
are
so
usually
much.
like the titles are usually like inside jokes. Usually like at
Yeah.
least that's why I title mine. They're just inside jokes.
Yeah. Also, I noticed like after we started doing those titles, a lot of other like kids in the Airsoft community started making their titles like that. I feel like.
Yeah, and like
Definitely.
yeah,
There's
I
definitely an
realize that a lot
influence.
too.
Yeah. One thing that like about that too is like I feel like there's kind of a dialect or like not a language, but there's a lot of words we say within our group that we know, so they kind of branches out to the Airsoft community.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Like
You know what I'm saying?
Steppin',
saying?
all that. Yeah, on Gnoc, you know what I'm saying?
I'm
Oh,
G-Knock,
Enoch, dude.
Where does that inspiration
Yo, Nick's
come
watching,
from?
bro.
Yo!
You just commented.
Oh, inspiration?
Where does the
Honestly-
inspiration come from for those videos? Like, does it just come to you? Are you like film students? Like, where does this come from?
I say YouTube, Airsoft YouTube videos. Aaron W. I love Aaron W videos.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Or what's that? One team. It was like MB Airsoft or something. I don't know what it was.
Not from
Marlo?
SB
the-
South Bay or
South Bay,
something.
South Bay. Yeah, South Bay was
Yeah.
good too. Yeah.
They had a lot of good edits, and then
W.
MIA had that one good edit.
The return.
Yeah, the return. So that was
Yeah,
like a really
that was good.
big inspiration.
love
I
those
watched
videos.
I probably
watched
watched it like
Stag
10,000
edits.
times.
Stag Airsoft made some good edits, but
Yeah.
for my personal videos, a lot of my inspiration comes from CS:GO edits actually.
Ooh.
Like
For real?
watching like Smitty vacations and watching like this one guy Fuse make CS:GO edits. So a lot of my stuff comes from that. And honestly, editing, if you want to do a simple edit, here's a tip for everyone who wants to do a low effort edit that looks good. Cut your music to the beat. No one does, or cut your video to the beat. No one does that for
Yep.
some reason.
Yeah,
Like
that's
if there's a hard hitting beat, cut your clip there, put another one there, and it just transitions beautifully. It's like no effort. Please start doing that. It makes your videos so much more watchable.
It should go without saying that there's definitely Panda influence in some of the videos I've put out where I was just like, monetization? Don't care, this one's fun.
This it's a good one. Let's get it.
Yeah.
This is a fun one. Because I
You
definitely...
gotta have fun with this sometimes.
After I started watching those videos, like, that's why I did... What the fuck was that one called that I just... It was ridiculous, and everyone loved it, and I think it's still one of my more popular ones. Which is... I don't know if it's popular because it's good or if it's popular because it's hilarious that I did it. Where did that thing go? Oh, the 916 with the panda as the one.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
let's
yeah,
see,
yeah, that's the
let's
one,
do
yeah.
this. I love because I started doing. I was playing aggressively before I guess it was cool. I don't know, but I used to just like yell at kids, and I would have like kid yelling compilation videos, and that's kids like that. It's like, so we like to watch aggression. We just don't want it on a field. I'm confused by your tactics. How would you say your individual play styles would differ from kind of the average casual airsofter?
That's a good one for Zane. Zane, you can answer that one.
Well, okay. For outdoor play, I'm mainly an outdoor player. Like, I went to Highground and I was just not good at all. But for outdoor play, I like to just, like, I think a lot of airsofters get tunnel vision, like hardcore tunnel vision. And for me, I'm just like, I don't know, I'm a big flanker type guy. Because, like, everyone likes to see clips and videos. And, like, you can't just run around, like, a corner and shoot 10 guys because you're going to get hit, Like, so it doesn't really matter. So I don't know, I just like flanking and then just catching everyone just off guard, almost kind of like a sniper type play, but with the HPA gun, obviously.
Of course.
So yeah.
For me, I feel like since I only played AR-15 for like a solid like 2 years, like CQB is like my strong suit. And I started like learning how to use a red dot too. I feel like a lot of people don't actually use red dots anymore, but like using a red dot with like a die actually isn't that hard. That and just like having good transitions, just having like a lot of people like I don't know how people like think when they play, but I kind of think of it like Counter-Strike. When you're playing Counter-Strike, you kind of have like a game sense, right? You're thinking about like what's going on, what people are doing. I try to read people like when I'm playing, try to like I don't know outsmart them, but it works sometimes. But yeah.
I would say a lot of people go into games like casual games I get, but Tanner saying outdoor is lame. But so what I do for outdoor, I play mainly outdoor. I'm not really an indoor player too much, but for outdoor is most of the fields I go to, I've gone to a lot, so I know like it's like what Gian said, it's game sense. Like I know a lot of routes, I know where people are gonna peek me from, I know angles. And another thing too is even if I get ricocheted or if I even think it's a ricochet, I'll still call it because I don't want to even risk someone saying that.
That's not what Facebook
Because they're gonna
said.
see me, they're gonna see the two panda patches, and they're gonna be like,
Yeah, especially in
cheaters,
SoCal.
That guy.
everybody. So
That guy.
Yeah.
it's just trying to, it's like just being honorable, a lot of game sense, knowing where to go, and being able to shoot left-handed when you're a right-handed shooter.
Facts.
Thank
Transition.
you.
Learn how to
you.
peek left-handed, bro. Come on.
Bro. Can't stand. Have any of you competed or want to compete? Is there any aspirations for Panda to enter a field level tournament, a speed QB thing, maybe a KWA fight night thing? I'll text Tom later.
I want to go through the one in the high ground speed tournaments, but it's a matter of just like lining everyone's schedules up with that. Because honestly, like we've played against the people that win the tournaments and stuff, and just like public matches and like stuff like that. And honestly, most of the time, like when it comes to like 1v1 gunfights, most of the time we win those. So like I think most of the people in like at least in like Texas Panda are confident that we could probably win a tournament if we like went to actually play in one. But we haven't competed, so we can't say that yet, obviously. So
Yeah, most definitely. I definitely agree with Jan on that. We're up for the Cali side, Christian.
For the Cali side. So actually, because of COVID. TAC's been weird. I haven't been to TAC because my girlfriend will probably kill me. But I think they do Speed QB Mondays. I don't know if that's 100%. I don't know if they're still doing it.
Thursdays, I believe.
It's
but
like
yeah.
they're Thursdays. Okay, it's it's tournaments and it's really cool. I've seen a lot of people go there. I saw actually a couple of MIA guys go there, and it was cool to see them out there. But I know we're talking with SC. SC is talking about hosting 3v3s where there's you get 3 people on your team. You get a roster of 5, so you have 2 subs, and then I know the guys I want in there for sure. Like I want to get them in there. I feel like that'd be really fun. It's very point based. It's not like last man standing type beat.
Right.
It's there's like a button in the center of the map you have to get to. There's capture the flag. You get more points for the actual objective. You get some points for getting players out. There's respawns. It seems really cool, and I know the roster of people I want to put in those because I'm pretty confident in quite actually all of my players really, but I know the really good ones when I see them. And I personally I don't know if I'll be doing tournaments, but I do want to see some of my players be doing tournaments in the future.
There will be, depending on how quick you want to guys, how fast you want to compete, and if you want to come up north soon. At the end of February, the homies, not at my field, but there might be, because I don't know if they're putting this out yet. There will be, I think it's going to be an elimination-based tournament in my general area, let's say, if that's something you guys want to do. Because I don't know. I talked to him today about it. I don't know if he's put that out yet or if that's official. But depending on how fast you want to go and if you want to come up north and hang out, that's an option.
Give me dates. I'll try to get my guys up there.
What do you guys think of those KWA fight nights right now?
Is that the one where they do like 1v1s of like
Yep.
all the KWA guns?
Yep.
At Battle Lab, right?
The first one was at Battle Lab.
Yeah.
They've got some other ones they've shot, I believe, but I have to do the commentary for some of them.
Yeah. Honestly, it looks pretty fun. I like the concept of not being like familiar with like what you're using, because I think at that point
Yeah.
it just comes down to like who's better at aiming, and who's like who has better game sense. So I think there's no advantage in that, which I like. It's not whoever you have a Polar Star versus a rental, so.
Yeah.
At
Tanner,
some
we'll
point,
come. Don't you worry.
I'm gonna try and schedule a 1v1 tournament. I'm looking at maybe like before May, so like maybe April. Some logistics behind that, but because I'm getting those extra fields, yeah, it's gonna get fun. Would you kids stop swearing? I'm killing all the swear words in the chat, for goodness sakes. Come on. Keep sending them,
Yeah,
I'll keep blocking you.
I'd love to do all that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a real fun year in NorCal. What is, for all three of you, what's a dream day at a field for you? Like a layout, a rule set, types of players. Like what at the end of the day would you? No, you don't want to know what's great. So I love the Speed QB guys. Roy, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I'm talking to the Pandas right now. Roy just called me from Speed QB. I will call him back later. I love you, Roy. Please don't be mad. So at the end of a day, let's say you get home and go, bro, this was great. This was the best day I've ever had at playing Airsoft ever. What did that day look like?
Here, I'll go. So honestly, I wouldn't even say it's really like how the gameplay went for me. Like me personally, Airsoft is like more about like spending time with like your friends and whatnot. So like honestly, like probably the best day I've ever had of Airsoft was at Texas Paintball, November 1st or something like that. But it was just cool to see everyone drive from so far, and we all just had a set date and went there. So I think that was almost like the same thing for Arizona. I didn't go to Arizona,
Sure.
but like everyone had a set date, and it was just cool to see like a team. Like we had Enzo from Florida, Texas, Arizona, Cali. Everyone went to one field. It was just really cool to see. So like that's like the dream day for me.
Yeah, I agree. Like, complete was what's like Zane is like saying, but on top of that, besides obviously the boys, I think like rule set wise, one thing like is just like a ref who doesn't profile people, because we went to Firetown in Arizona, and they were like, man, they were just treating us like absolute like ass. It was crazy. But like 20 like actually what's it called like no med on full auto and just full auto allowed every single game, stuff like that. It just like makes it like not I feel like like Airsoft now appeals too much to like soft players, I guess you could say, because the problem is you like you throw all these little kids into like this whole big group and stuff, and they just complain about it, and it ruins it for everyone else who like that's experienced, right? So like I think at VIP in Arizona they had Alpha and Bravo groups. That's one thing that like helped a lot, because there was no med in our group, which was Alpha, and I just played against my friends, which was like it was hard, but it was fun. And there's no med, no complaining, none of that.
What's a good day in Cali?
Agreed.
A good day in Cali. All right. I would say my ideal day at Cali would be at SC Village on Viper. Pretty much Viper only. Like just everyone's calling it, everyone's having a good time, full auto games. Like everyone is right on the FPS mark, no one's overshooting. No minimum, just straight up airsoft, call your hit, you're out. And like no one's complaining, no one's trash talking. It's just hanging out with the guys playing toy war like airsoft was supposed to be. Like no beef, no nothing, and I just having a good day with the boys. But currently Viper is like my favorite map, and SC is currently my favorite field. So there, full auto, all that stuff. That'd be super fun.
Does SC still give dudes? Because there's that one video where guys were calling dudes out based on patches they were wearing. Is that still a thing?
I saw that.
I showed up with 3-6 Mafia and an FTP patch. Brian was wearing his FTP patch. A lot of people were wearing them. I didn't get none of us got called out for patches or anything. None of us even really got called out that day at all. The only issue we had was sitting and staging, and the ref came over just to make sure we had barrel plugs on, and he got mad at me for having the ref got mad at me for not having a barrel plug on my gun that didn't work and didn't have an inner barrel. And I was like, it's just a show at this point.
That's a very paintball thing to worry about, I guess.
Yeah, he's like, you need a barrel plug, and then Lalo came down. And he's like, oh, my ref said you guys aren't having barrel plugs, and I was like, this gun doesn't work.
Interesting.
But, it was still fun. Thank you for the contribution, Ian. Love you, buddy.
What do you see right now in Airsoft that you like?
I would honestly say like your field is a good example of having like refs that like treat everyone not based on like what they're wearing, but like how they play as a player, how they're interacting with players, and it's appealing to every side of Airsoft. I feel like, because you have all these fields like I think a good example is whatchamacallit. In Texas there's like AR-15, right? If I auto my friend and he's fine with it, we could both like get kicked out or in trouble, right? At Airsoft Ministry, you can go ask a ref, be like, hey, can we like full auto each other? And I'm sure don't you guys allow that or whatever? Yeah, exactly. It appeals to everyone. Just let kids have fun. Like this whole purpose of it,
It was Airsoft Ministry was the edgiest Christian airsoft field in the entire world.
Yeah,
It's great. And now it's the edgiest profit field. And
Me and the boys did Bible study at Ministry.
We did Bible study too it was fun. It was interesting. What else? What do you guys like? What you see in Airsoft right now?
I definitely like where KWA is appealing to the like speed soft side, I guess you would say. And how they're coming out with guns that like special editions that have like gates in them, and they're already kind of like upgraded. They're not stock. And they have speed triggers and whatnot, and just stuff like that. It's just really like nice to see, and a lot of their new guns just like look really nice. Like, and I got to hold, what was it, the Ronin 47 or whatnot, I think it's called. I got to hold one of those, and it just felt sturdy, and like I was just like, dang, like a manufacturer is actually like caring about their guns for once, because like you grab like any other one, it's just like flimsy and plastic and whatnot. So that's one thing I like to see. or that's good. But yeah.
Let's see.
What's-
For things I like, airsoft related wise, a lot of it mainly goes out to fields. I'm not huge into teching, so I don't look at brands too much. But a lot of the fields I've been going to have been less and less biased against my players and I, especially with the dye mask. Like dye mask, pig rig, like that's literally all that people really see. They just see, oh, a dude came here a year ago with a pig and a dye mask and mag dump people, so that's what these guys are here to do. And honestly, it's just a dye's comfy, a pig is so comfy, and so I'm just glad to see a lot of refs that I know. I'm starting to know like personally, yeah, not code red, but a lot of the refs I'm seeing and meeting personally are being a lot nicer and less biased and actually caring about our side of the story if there's ever an issue. So I'm glad to see that like kind of
At
the
SC?
profiling is dying down. At SC they were actually surprisingly really nice to us during the games. The only issues we had was once again with the barrel covers. But like Lalo, I've always heard bad things about Lalo. I've always heard that he's like super mean to guys with like dyes and polar stars and all that stuff. And when I met him, he came down. And he's like, "Oh yeah, like I'm reworking everything." Like he was super nice. He was a super nice dude, really stand up guy.
Well, then
And
I would
so,
like to
I'm just
go to SC at some time then.
Yeah, dude, come on down. I'm just really liking what I'm seeing, like people wise. There's a lot less toxicity, I'd like to say. There's still a substantial amount of it, but there's less.
Now, since since you go to the SC field, is there a stark contrast between the way that SC Village and HSP is run? Because it's owned by Bear.
See, I don't think I'm very fit to talk on the comparison between HSP and SC, because I've only been to HSP once, and they treated me pretty good there. They let me use my Polar Star, because I drove. It's an hour and a half drive from my house, and then I picked up Gonzo, which was about 30 to 40 minutes out of the way. So I drove 2 hours, 2.5 hours to go to HSP for my first day. That's when we made the Socal Panda reveal.
Mm-hmm.
And when I showed up, they were nice to me. I used my friend's gun and it didn't work. And but then I was walking up with my Polar Star and they're like, "You can't have that here." And I'm like, "Please, dude, I drove here forever. It doesn't say on the website I can't use it." But they let me play. I didn't cause any issues. They were very nice to me. And so so far I have no issues with either field, but I haven't played at HSP enough to make a full comprehensive comparison.
Hopefully, I can get to SoCal at some point and get down there. We'll see what's going on.
Come on down, dude. We'll go to Canes.
What do you guys see in Airsoft right now that you don't like?
Ooh.
Personally, I think just like a ton of kids are thinking like just dumping random people is like cool. Obviously, you saw that with the whole Quinn incidents and that whole thing. But yeah, just a lot of like kids that I don't know, they think dumping people is cool. Like if it's your friend, I get it, you're having a good time. Like, but there's just some people that are just out there feel like they're just dumping people to cause harm and whatnot.
Exactly what Zane said. If you just go out there and you're just cheating and just dumping on kids, just like trying to start stuff, I don't know. It's not it. And it's the same kids that like they do that, they get banned from the field. Like, I didn't do anything, man. Free me, man. I didn't do anything.
Yeah, he didn't do nothing, bro. He didn't do nothing.
He didn't do none. Like,
Yeah.
that and just like I would say, good example, Firetown ref, or no, the owner Henry. So we went to Firetown, which is probably like 3 weeks ago. Of course, we're wearing all tan because it's like our team uniform, whatever, right? We had one of our members, Porter, went back I think last weekend, and they basically threatened to kick him out because he's wearing all tan. I think that's so like it's just bias, like treating people based on like how they dress versus how they play. It makes no sense in my opinion.
One of the refs
Definitely.
there swung on Spencer.
Exactly.
Spencer's
Yeah.
16.
A referee
Please tell me
swung on
that's on
Spencer.
film.
I think Spencer
No.
had, right?
I don't know for sure, Because I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure game ended, turned off contour.
Guys,
Yeah.
stop
Yeah, right
turning
there.
your
Ref
cameras
hit
off
him
when
in
the
the
game
no. Okay, so the
ends.
ref punched him in the face.
Yeah, and they threw me off the
But-
field for feathering. And there was a kid full autoing and hit shrugging, and they didn't say anything to him. It's kind of weird. So,
Kind
Jeez.
of sketch, buddy.
I'll go down with
All
you.
right. So for things that I don't like about airsoft, I would say a lot of kids getting into it are idolizing the wrong people. And honestly, you shouldn't be idolizing people in airsoft. And to be completely honest with you, like be your own person, have your own ideals. Because if you're just gonna be a bot and just follow whatever someone else says, then you should be a good leader, not a follower. Like a lot of people are idolizing, like I said, the wrong people. So they're just showing up to fields and just dumping people for no reason. They're like, haha, it's funny. And I'm like, I get it, like ooga booga clips or whatever. But like
Oh,
that's
I
the
hate when
quickest
kids
way
do
to
that.
that's the quickest way to get banned from everywhere, and no one's gonna like you. Like I understand maybe if it gets a bit personal and you guys both dump each other on field, I get it, whatever. But the whole it's for the clip, bro, get the clip, like making people upset on purpose for the clip, like you're just honestly like if you can't make good content without there being a fight or a dump or like an argument, then don't make content.
facts. I feel like
Because-
people can't get like good clips anymore. It's like rare now to see like good
It's-
players that don't like cheat their ass off.
Yeah, or once like I said, start fights with people.
Yeah, like starting fights.
And so-
you know.
It's just a lot of, like I said, and it's all just a idolization thing. So people are just idolizing the wrong people, and like, oh, this guy did
I
it,
got
so I can do it
$5.
too.
I got $5 from Dylan. I got $5 donated
Yes,
to me.
sir.
Yo!
Yes.
Yeah, well,
Yes, sir. Shout out.
That's right.
Shout out.
$5 whole. Will buy me some chips and an energy drink. You were saying though, I got excited. It's gonna happen when I make money. So the clips so you're tired of guys just doing stuff for the attention essentially.
yeah.
Yeah, especially like you get attention, but no one likes you, and you become irrelevant in a week, and it wasn't
That's
worth
what
it.
happened.
Exactly. And then you complain about getting banned when you like dug
I
yourself in
didn't
a
do
hole.
anything.
Free him, bro. Charge free him. He didn't do anything, man. Like,
We're working on it here.
Can you hear us?
There we go.
No.
Fixed it.
Nope.
Just can't have anything nice. What would you like to see either more or less of from fields?
listening to the players, 100%.
I'm guessing
I think
that's
that makes
more.
like
Yeah.
that makes good feels good, and that makes bad feels bad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you have ministry. You know, you listen to all the kids that want to dump each other. You know, that appeals to them. That brings them in, right? And they follow the rules because they don't want to get banned from there because they have fun there. And then you get other fields like I'm not gonna name it, but there's a field where I play. Don't listen to the players. Boring old layout. And what they do is they ban off their old players instead of listening to them, and then they basically just have a new group of like casuals, and like the field just isn't the same anymore because they don't appeal to like all the OG customers. They only want to appeal to whoever's new, whoever gives them money. So
I definitely agree with that.
I have a good example
I would like to hear it.
for something I would like to see much less of. So, back again at Code Red, the good old days. And so that field, honestly, the field wasn't bad. The management was the old refs were a lot better. Aiden and Toby were very good. I don't have any issues with the current refs, but it's just how it's ran. So like I said earlier, me and Olive, when we were on Team Omni got banned because one of our players insulted someone after the other person cheated. And then recently I've been told, because we were in discussions with getting an unban, it was going to be a day where we could come back and play, and then for that day, and then they would decide if we're unbanned or not after that day, right? And so I'm like, all right, cool, we'll go there, we'll be on good behavior, whatnot. And then I was told that from one of the players there that we're not going to get unbanned because we drive off business of the new players.
Ah, that one.
Because so we're not getting unbanned. It's like literally if you want to dumb it down, you could just say we're not getting unbanned because we're good and other people aren't, and they want more new players to show up and come back more frequently. and like I get that, but that's just really dumb management in my opinion. If I would go almost every weekend, I give you a lot of money. I buy stuff at the field. I buy stuff from the pro shop.
That's
And
also
then you're
just
banning me
lazy
because you're saying I'm
business.
driving off. That's just lazy business.
That's
Like
lazy
they couldn't
business.
like, and then they'd say like, oh, we're banned. I'm like, why? And they're like, disrespect. I'm like, yeah, like what Gonzo said. We pretty much owned that field at that time, and it's just so dumb, and I just hate that type of management. I'm just sick of seeing it from fields. Like, oh, these guys, and I hate. Oh God, I can't talk. Like, there's always underlying meaning behind like BS bans.
Correct.
Like, oh, we got banned for insulting a player, and then I find out that now that we're not there, but I know people at that field, oh, we're actually banned because we're driving off business. And I'm like, you're literally like, thanks for the compliment. You banned us because we're good. All right, cool. But
Nothing like
just
a
don't like-
touch butt game of Airsoft.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I-
Young Chuck, for the $1.
Yeah, I just don't like the biases of fields, and I think it's just really stupid because all the people that did all that stuff wearing the dyes and whatnot, they don't really play anymore. They're all gone. Like maybe there's a handful of them, but it's all new people. So
I found one of the things that I figured out kind of early on when I had just started. Yeah, I've made $11 whole. I'm gonna get some
Dude,
lunch tomorrow. Thank you,
rolling
Griffin.
in.
I appreciate it. Pen on
Wop.
top, baby. Thank you for
Correct.
telling me to keep it.
Wop.
Wop.
Bro.
One of the things I figured out early in like when I just started with ministry, and I think it's because I came from a training background. I'd started doing some stuff with grapplers. I'd started doing jiu-jitsu. I was cornering fighters, but I knew that there's such thing as a skill set disparaging, or it's like you're gonna have dudes that are into it and dudes that aren't, and it doesn't make any sense to put those two together and expect there to be just like total cohesion. Like you would never have a pro boxer. Aw, thanks for following me, Marley. You would never have a pro boxer do hard rounds with a guy on his first day. Like that makes literally no sense. But for some reason, because of I think part of it I think is lazy management. The other I think is lazy management mixed with dudes just don't know how to maximize their space. Paintball figured it out in that sense. Like you, oh, I got another $1. Thanks, Porter.
Porter.
In the paintball world, you're not gonna see like D1 guys going against Reynolds, unless it's some like 20-on-3 kind of thing. But in like rec player, paintball figured that thing out, and I don't know why you haven't seen that in Airsoft. We have once we put up a side field, and now we got like a third and fourth field we're planning. Bro, I'm so other than the fact that we can put more, we could spread them out, and I can start making some more money off of these player fees. But like, if you and your homies want to just full auto each other in the butthole, cool, bro. Go in the mini field and have fun. Oh, you want to do some rounds instead of playing TDM all day? Cool. Go on the pro field. You fucking paid the same money. What do I care?
Yeah.
Makes sense, yeah.
It's like I want your money and I want you to come back. Instead, I don't want your money one time. I want your money as many times as I can get it. I guess that's like intelligently
It's
greedy.
actually funny.
I don't know. I'm greedy. I want to make money. I don't want a real job. Oh, I got another $1. Porter, give me another $1. What are we at right here?
Yo. PDMK, undies on bottom.
Bro.
Okay. You get me. You got that one. That's a
We
legit laugh.
got
out of me.
6, 11, 12, 13 whole dollars on one stream. I love you guys. Oh, yeah, there's a
Bro.
point. I forgot there's a point to this also. And what would you like to see more or less from manufacturers like KWA, G&G, so on and so forth? Another $1.
Sounds at work.
Jackson, thank you for the $1. Let's move that alert box in the middle. Whoop, not that way.
So
Gene made a good
personally, I would say just like more time dedicated like in their
$1.
gearboxes, because like
I get so much
because
money.
like
Go ahead.
a lot of manufacturers got the whole like shell down, like G&G, KWA, like it's all like
Thank you, Young
it's
Chuck, for the
sturdy
$1.
and it's nice. But say again.
Thank you, Zay and Young Jug and Jake Jackson for all the money. Keep going.
Oh.
Goose.
But Definitely, I would say like definitely they need to spend more time on their gearboxes. It would be cool if like some companies like came out with like upgrades like gates. Like I mean, obviously KWA is doing it. And G&G should probably come out with some upgrades with their Perun MOSFET that they have. That would be pretty cool. But I'd say mainly just do better shimming jobs and maybe just have some better motors and whatnot because the motors that they just send are just not good at all. So that's just
Thank you,
from
Spades,
me
for the
personally.
dollar. Tennessee Panda, Shady
Panda,
Spades in the
please?
house.
Yes.
Hey,
No,
yo,
wait,
hey,
no,
Goose-
he's alive, bro. He's alive.
One of the first
Hey,
dudes that
Goose
started
said,
following on IG.
Goose said $5 if G and Nerd Nicks.
Bro, I'm not nerd necking, bro. Bro.
What else? What else do you want to
Nerd
see?
neck,
So
nerd neck.
overall, better internals. I'm hearing better internals
Yeah.
on stock guns out of the box. What else?
For me, I would say like I like different I like what KWA is doing with like the Ronin, like I don't know what it is, but it's like they have like a whole bunch of like
47.
SMG. Yeah, they want like SMG or AK type
Or like
guns.
the mod.
The mods,
Yeah.
the mods and the
Yeah.
Ronins.
Stuff like that. Like that way, it's just different from like the basic M4. Because what I was thinking about doing is like I was thinking about buying one of those like I think it's a Crytek like Mutant and putting an engine in that. So just so it'd be different. I just like the way they have like so many different like bodies of guns, but it takes the M4 gearbox. I think that's appealing to me at least.
Thank you, Chuck, for the dollar. I appreciate that.
would
What should we
say-
do? You're in Cali. You know exactly where all these offices are. What do you want to see them do better?
I would say stop making stuff so dang proprietary, and if you are gonna make it
That's fair.
proprietary, make it suck less. Because if you make a proprietary gearbox that I can't fit certain stuff in, make the things in it good. Because
Yeah.
I've had a handful of guns that have very proprietary gearboxes, and they're just straight doo doo, but I can't do anything about it because I can't fit certain stuff in it or I can't do certain things to it. So I just want if you are gonna make proprietary gearbox, make it worth being proprietary. And if it's not worth it, then just don't make a proprietary gearbox.
Facts.
You have so many like patents released and so many things at your exposure. So you know.
What are you
Agreed.
guys? What is a gun that you really love or that you would really want that no one would really expect from you? Like you want one of those? Really? Why?
ACR. I want an ACR from like Modern Warfare 2 or 3.
Honestly, you know those Elite Force like revolvers? It's like 8 shots and it's like CO2.
The smoke
I've
wagon?
always thought about like buying one of those and then I think it's called a hater or something.
Oh yeah, the hater.
Oh, the
I've
hater.
I've always thought about buying one of those and just slapping a red dot on it and a tracer and just making this like it's like a really like a fun gun to use where like it's hard to use but like you know it's just fun to use. You know what I'm saying?
I'll
Because,
say...
like,
Oh, sorry. Go
Oh,
ahead.
you're good. Yeah, it's just like there's only 8 bullets and you miss, you're done. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Terrible. Yeah, I'm saying. I would say probably like a built Glock. Like I'm just a really big Glock guy. So yeah, I don't know like what any good Glock brands are or anything. I don't know how the Elite Force one is or not, but I definitely want to get a Glock and like deck it out with the little red dot up top and whatnot.
I might sell my Tokyo Marui Glock if you want it.
Ooh.
All right, just DM me on Instagram.
Sign those,
I got
sign those
2 of 'em.
DMs. The one gun. Me, I got 2. One, I highly recommend you guys try. It is, you know that flintlock pistol for I think VFC makes it.
For real? I've never seen that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's green gas. It's
Flintlock pistol?
so fun. Wait, E-Bike sells them. It's so fun. I want to say it's a VFC gun.
Or it's HFC.
It's
Yeah,
HFC.
HFC.
Yo, what? This is a thing?
It's green
What?
gas, single shot
crazy.
flintlock. It's so, and it's green, so it's not CO2, so you don't have to worry about like it not chronoing. It's straight up. I think it's like a 360, 370 gun somewhere in there.
What is it? It says 460 to 500 FPS. That's a headshot machine right there.
Bro,
Yeah.
not when I. You looking at the green gas version? Because not when I chroned
Oh
mine.
no, that was the CO2 one.
Yeah, green
Still,
gas.
Yeah.
I have it, and I was shooting kids in the butt with it all day. want to
What
do
did Chrono
How do you
at?
load it?
like mid 360. So the little ramrod deal, you have to take the ramrod out, and the BBs go down the ramrod,
Like it's actually like a. That's crazy.
That's so good, dude.
Yo,
And then,
what?
you
How many-
take-
does it hold more than like one BB? Or...
20 or 21, I think. But yeah,
Yo, that's a headshot machine right there.
Hey,
you take the
Tac
little
City
grip
only
cap off,
does-
and that's where the fill valve is. It's in the buttstock where you take the grip cap off of it. But I wanted to get another one, and I want to dress up like a pirate, and I want to get someone else to dress up like a pirate, and we're gonna have like walk the plank duels at 10 paces kind of stuff.
Jeez.
Yeah, I want to do stupid,
That'd be
funny stuff
so
with that
funny.
thing. That's
That'd
my
be really
later
good
project.
for Halloween.
That's kind of what I want to
That'd be
do.
really good for Halloween games.
I'm getting more into the GBBRs. I am converting.
GBBRs are sweet.
Yo, I love it. I had a conversation with KWB about that new LM4D2. That LM4 DLE they gave me is just the bee's knees. It's so fun. I think I'm probably, even though so my ride or die right now is my SSG1, I'm probably going to switch away to AEGs, except for like a T10 that I'm going to trick out like I just passed Buds. And I'm going to just start rocking GBBRs and like the T10. And I still might feather it because I think it's funny, but I still have to take that GBBR on my speed field up. I might do it tomorrow if I have time. And just run speed matches with a GBBR just for the lulz.
Jeez. Yeah, until you run out of gas or get a jam, and then you get bunkered. Yeah.
Part of the fun. So I think a lot of so you guys you raise money for the team, you sell the patches, but it seems to be the kind of the blowback or the downfall of that is you've got all these non-members with Panda patches on and going out on different fields here and there and causing all these problems for the team. How do you kind of feel about that? Like these wannabe Panda edgy kids.
So what happened with that is that we actually, the old Socal branch, there was someone on there, and he basically told me, he's like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna sell the patches once he left the team, but he ended up selling the patches to a kid who unfortunately copied our uniform too. So him and his friends, they're wearing like all tan stuff. They went to a field, dumped on a whole bunch of kids. And then we had kids come into our comments on YouTube and our DM saying that we were at Striker, just following the crap out of kids and stuff like that. So, it's hard to regulate, but now we've made it to where this patch right here is the only patch that if you're on the team, you have this one. All right, let me get it up real quick.
Is that the one with the highlights in it? Yeah, that thing's sick.
It's like cherry blossom.
Yeah. So this is
Put your
OG
hand
patch.
on it so you can see it.
Yeah. There you go.
Sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it has like cherry blossoms on it.
Looks really nice. Say, give me another $1. Yay! It's like 14
So
bucks.
that's how we regulate kind of who's a team member, who's not. But unfortunately, it just got ruined by other people on the team before they left. So there's nothing much they can do about that. So at that point, we were like, might as well sell it. It goes back into the team. Like for example, whatchamacallit, I sold a whole bunch of them, and then I bought a whole bunch of tan combat shirts for all my friends in Houston around Panda. So
Yeah, and Caleb too, right? I think Caleb got one. I don't know. Oh my
Because you'll
gosh.
usually
Yeah.
sell batches of patches for about like 20, 30 bucks somewhere in there.
yeah,
And
20 ship now.
I've got kids at young, 13, high school, early high school age, coming up to me going, "Hey, can you get them to send me a free Panda patch?" Like, what the?
Oh my.
What? Why?
Yeah, man.
Like,
The
yo,
car insurance gotta pay for itself somehow. You know what I'm saying?
That
it's
car is-
so
Yeah.
funny. Because I had the same. So Eric that runs Punk that runs Slaughter Project. I have.
Probably not ruined.
I hit him up because he makes the patch that text patch that says Slaughter on it, and I hit him up when are you gonna wholesale me some of these patches I can sell with the field? I have young teenagers that want these patches from you. Like,
Sheesh.
what? Why?
Hey, if you want a patch, at Panda Airsoft on Instagram. Come
There you
DM
go.
me. You know.
There's 74 dudes in chat, and
20
let's get
ship
this
for a
sub
black
count up.
patch. Yes, sir.
Looking at this sub count, we're trying to get this sub count up, boys. But I think it's interesting. I guess this is kind of an argument or a discussion kind of as old as time. So you're this, I guess you could say you're a prominent figure, so to speak, in the airsoft community. Like when you put a video together, or when you edit, or when you say something online, do you ever consider like, oh, maybe this won't be appropriate, or oh no, what if some 13-year-old's gonna see this and be inspired to do something edgy?
Well, I think for the most part, sometimes we go to the fields and we'll have clips where we're like, okay, this is too much. We're not gonna put it in the video for the sake of not just our team, but it's more like we don't want that influence in the community, because that's not what we're about anymore. I've tried to make the rep around like being like good, like honorable players that are like respectable. I don't want Panda to be known for the kids that run through BBs, don't call hits, shrug, just like just full autoing and stuff, right? So I've kind of made it just kind of a standard in our videos that like a clip has to be pretty clean for it to make it in, and it can't be anything crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that way kids see that and they're like, oh, these kids are good. It's not like, oh man, these kids are these kids are fine, they're just cheating and running through BBs. Like like some people in the airsoft community. But for us, I feel like it's more like, okay, yeah, these kids are good. I want to be like them.
Your YouTube has about, I think you're up to like 2,000 subscribers somewhere in there.
Yeah, 2,300, I think.
But it looks like basically every video you make is probably not getting monetized.
No, definitely not. But we don't care about that.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah, we're more in for like to make good videos instead of like going for money. Because I like if we monetize our videos, then the quality would go down, and no one want to watch them. So
It's weird. It's like you're doing it for just the love of editing and the art of it, and you don't care about the money. That's crazy. That's so bizarre. What a concept.
It's just fun to put together sick edits, so you can
Exactly.
just be like, yo.
Everyone hit me up to want to know about this. Tell me about the background from the Arizona thing.
jeez.
Tell me about that.
That's a story.
That went.
It wasn't-
Everyone was sending that to me.
Yep.
All right. So well, obviously the origin of like how that this 19th and 20th date came to be, is actually I think it was like Retribution's idea or whatever. They wanted to go to Arizona. This was before we went to that private game that like never happened, right? So obviously
Houston trip.
yeah. So we went to Houston before Arizona, and we wanted to play a 5v5. We showed up. They didn't want to play.
It's documented on the channel.
Yeah, they basically wasted our time, right? So obviously that started some beef and repercussions, all that. Kept on going, kept on getting worse and worse. This kid says he's gonna pull up, make me bleed, metal BBs, all this sort of stuff. 5.56 BBs, right?
5.56 Bs.
Yeah, right. So and obviously
That's a little much.
history, like history repeating. We get to Arizona, nothing happens. But I don't really care about like that drama stuff. Arizona in general was just fun because I got to meet all the homies on Panda that I've never met before. I met a whole bunch of cool teams like UND, shout out to Brian, AR Revolution, SSA, I think Notorious too. It's more about just like getting to meet like all these other groups coming from like all over the United States and just playing together and having fun. But at the same time, it's also about like it's like one common goal. There's one kid we don't like, and that's how that video came up. Obviously, if you ask for beef with a whole bunch of people, you can't expect to go there and like have a good time, right? So and second day, it wasn't VIP, it was at Firetown. We're all just playing fun. We're all playing for fun. We're all calling our hits. We're trying to have fun. And unfortunately, last game, kid decided to be a little edgelord, right? It's on his Instagram, Coline or whatever. But he's just shrugging hits, full autoing. It's a semi-only game, and obviously, it's the last game of the day. Everyone's tired of shit, and obviously, he got dumped again, which is kind of dumb because it could have been prevented. Like we're all having fun just playing, but he has to make some sort of like Zane said earlier, for the clip, and that's his only goal, just for the clip. And he has this whole group of kids that like follow him around, and they're kind of just like brainwashed by this idea that what he's doing is like cool. You know what I'm saying? Instead of
That's
just like
what
going out
I
having
don't
fun with
understand.
friends. So
All three of you guys were at Arizona?
no,
Not me.
I dislocated
Oh.
my shoulder.
yeah, Christian was gonna go, but it was
I guess
just
he
it was
needs
me, Caleb, and a whole bunch of people on Panda. But
So it was
yeah.
like a family reunion, so to speak.
basically.
Yeah.
How did the staff treat you guys?
Well, Spencer got
Oh,
punched in
yeah.
the face.
That's a problem.
Well, so I didn't go, but I was just talking to Gene and Caleb a lot throughout the day. So when they're at VIP Phoenix, I know that the staff there like treated them very well. And like they actually laughed at what happened, that incident that everyone saw. Um, but they just got treated well, and because everyone played within the rules and whatnot. So I I know they got treated well at VIP, but at striker, I don't know. So yeah, Jan.
Wait, what? I wasn't paying attention, bro.
He asked how did y'all get treated in AZ?
Oh, and AZ? Oh, VIP staff? Great. They actually split us up, so they had Alpha and Bravo groups, which is like what field should do. So most of the day, unfortunately, we were just playing against Panda members because no one wanted to play Alpha. Some people didn't want to play Alpha. But VIP staff, I think it's a great field. Firetown, on the other hand, I don't know.
Not so much.
The owner is really biased. They're still treating like my AZ dudes like shit for no reason. But so the whole entire day we were kind of just playing. We're obviously we're not breaking any rules. We're staying on semi. There's other kids, just blasting full auto like 160 psi on their fusion johns. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, metal BBs, all that shit. I was kidding, that never happened. But it's just kind of annoying that like we were playing clean and we were trying our best to play clean. We are all kind of being accountable for everyone. Like, yo, dude, don't do that shit, right? So we're just playing, and then slowly towards the day, they just started getting more heated, I guess. And because we kept on like, it was at like, every single game, we were able to like kind of sweep their spawn, at least trap them in spawn. Because it was like 11 Panda dudes plus plus SSA and a couple other AZ kids. So that alone, that's like, it doesn't matter how many like people they have on the other team. We were spawn trapping them every single game. But obviously the ref took it as cheating or whatever. They were hit checking us instead of like hit checking our whole entire team.
Mm-hmm.
They would target us. So whenever we were running to bunker someone, they would shoot us in the back and call it a hit check to prevent us from like pushing up. They spot chronoed us. All of us passed spot chrono. But here's the funny part: instead of spot chronoing everyone on the field, they literally only spot chronoed Panda members, which is makes like I don't think that's like, it doesn't make sense to me. So Firetown's basically dumb, is what I'm saying.
It makes sense to them because you're a bunch of nasty little cheaters and you're scaring their
Yeah,
fellows
obviously,
off.
right?
This kid's over here
Yep,
trying to
yep,
have his
running
14th
through beeps
birthday.
all day, every day.
Trying to have his birthday. You're trying to full auto him.
Yeah.
Yep, that's all Panda does is cheat, dude.
So the big clip that got popular was that a guerrilla match or was that just a regular rec game that just turned against Cole?
The one in the indoor one? Or?
Yes, indoor.
I think it was
At VIP.
Spencer's.
Yeah, so basically what it was is it was like with Alpha and Bravo, we had a private group, right? So basically the rest said anything you guys want, anything goes, right? So obviously you're expecting this. You got 20 people, everyone doesn't like Cole. That kind of like explains the whole entire thing. Cole and Caleb were guerrilling, and basically everyone had the idea like after Caleb gets done with one mag, we're just gonna dump shit out of the kid because we hate him. But he's still talking, so.
Best advice I would give to Cole is either make better friends or make better decisions.
Facts.
Yeah.
Either have homies that pull up or don't put you in a situation where you need homies to pull up. Because look how that happened.
You guys just can't have anything nice out there.
Yeah, he could have been out there having fun with his friends, but sitting all alone in the corner while we were having fun with the boys. So.
Yep.
So you've got about how many was that? Like 15, 20 dudes, something like that on the field. They all full auto magged up one guy, and their staff was like,
Yeah,
you
they
silly
kinda laughed at it.
kids.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, because it's basically a private group. That's what
Right.
they told us. They said anything you guys want goes because you guys all agreed to it. And then after that, he played Bravo. So.
Interesting. What started this retribution Panda beef?
Oh.
Private game. Or it wasn't even a private game. So we wanted to scrim, right? And basically we showed up and they didn't want to scrim. So that pisses us off because we drove far, to like go scrim them and play against them, right? And, obviously they weren't up to it, so. And they made it's like excuses and excuses. He goes in.
So basically, we were all gonna go play in Houston, right? And we had just basically all the Texas guys go to Houston. So I'm in Dallas, Gian's in San Antonio. Like that's 3 hours for both of us. So everyone gets there, and So the plan for the day was have a 5v5 like normal game, like everyone called their hits, like just I wouldn't say like CQB style, but just to see who's better like players.
Mhm.
And then we never did that. But and then also like we were going to do a 5v5 gorilla just for, like let's just do it. And that never happened too. But Caleb did gorilla one of their players. Caleb won. But yeah, we were just kind of bummed out that we like everyone drove really far. Like Gene had to pack he was in the back of a Mustang with like this much room.
Yeah, which takes dude? Chase my touchscreen, bro.
Yeah.
Weird.
And
Right.
so basically everyone just drove far. We still had like a good time. It was just fun to hang out with everyone, but it was just kind of annoying that we all just wanted to like play each other. And then at the end of the day, when like we got home or not home, like when we got to like the hotels, Retribution just started talking trash again on the internet. Like nothing happened. Like we played them the other day and they were on the other team and we were just like destroy them.
Every game they got smacked.
Like we have a clip of legit Cole walking back to spawn and he's just saying go go go, like letting us go because like we just spawn sweep their whole team and everything. Oh my gosh, my camera won't focus. But yeah, basically we were just bummed out that that never happened, but Houston was definitely fun. We went to Highground the next day and it was just a blast.
Yeah.
Gian, there, Noah is wanting me to ask you about sneaking out.
Oh my god.
I assume that's in reference to
That's
Phoenix
the
or VIP.
Let's just say I made a bad decision, and you should respect what your parents are telling you. No matter how bad you want to go, son, respect your parents' decision. I made a bad choice. I'm not saying it wasn't worth it, but it was stupid what I did. But
What'd
yeah,
you do?
yeah. Zane and Chris stayed home, so they're fine.
Huh?
What?
Oh
You
yeah,
guys stayed
I
home,
stayed
yeah,
home.
yeah.
I stayed
Yeah,
home.
I was
I'm good.
I was in the
good.
emergency room.
I was playing basketball, so yeah.
Well,
I
that's
was taking a
interesting.
ton of Advil and laying in bed all day.
Oh yeah,
I was
Christian
living, I was
sent us
living
a
the
snap.
dream. I sent him a snap.
Yeah.
I took like 6 Advil and I'm like, bro.
Nah, Christian, you already sent us a snap. You're like, hey guys, I'm going skiing today, but I have a lot of fun. 6 hours later, we open it up. He's like,
6
guys,
hours later, open up.
guys,
I'm in the ER.
bro.
My favorite part about that story is when I was in the emergency room, the doctor came in and was like, okay, so your AC joint's dislocated. I can't really move my arm. And you know what this dude does? He's sitting to the left of me and he takes his hand and he smacks it down on my shoulder because he forgets it's my left shoulder. And he grabs it and so he hits my dislocated shoulder like this, literally an hour after I dislocated it. And I look up at him and I'm like, I'm about to punch you, dog. Please let go of my shoulder.
You just can't
Stop.
have anything nice. What
Yeah,
would what would bridge the gap or heal the wound, so to speak, between like the Panda Retribution Cole thing? Like, is there like have you guys moved on? Is this something that he still cares about?
I think okay, personally I think like just Cole I'm like somewhat decent friends with Cole. Like he's a good guy if you talk to him one on one, but I think just personally he thinks like he has to comment on everything about everyone. So like if say some random kid on Instagram posts in a pig rig and a dye mask, he'll just repost it on his story and be like, "Look at this bum. He's a new gen. He's trying to fit in." Like, let the kid do what he wants to fit in. So let him fit in. Like, he just has to comment on that a lot and just comment on teams and whatnot and just little stuff like that.
There's just zero respect.
Yeah, for me,
Yeah.
honestly, I'm pretty stubborn, and honestly, I think like Cole's a psychopath. There's nothing that kid
Yeah.
can do to like make me like him again. I hate that kid. Like,
From when I
Wow.
talked to Cole after he scammed me, during the process of getting my money back, he was very nice to me and I was very nice to him, and it's a damn shame that right after that he went around and started making all these comments about Omni and started being rude to me. And so
Yeah.
after I've done nothing but be nice to him, I've shown him courtesy I would any of you guys. And so it's just a shame that I've shown him so much respect. I haven't talked about him publicly, and it's just a shame that he won't show me the same courtesy. So I pretty much ignore most things he says about Omni or Panda. It's whatever at this point. It's pretty much dead. I would forgive him, and I would gladly meet his acquaintance or be his acquaintance again. But he just needs. I'm not gonna go open the door myself. He's got to open it if he wants to be on better terms.
So what's the future for the team? What do you guys have coming up for the year? Anything planned? When are you coming up here to the north? What's going on with Panda either in Texas or in Cali?
Everyone has to wear black Air Force Ones from now on.
Yeah.
And
No. Well, I think I don't know if Gian's going, but I think some guys are going to Texas Paintball this weekend. Maybe I don't know. There's some talk
Yeah.
about that, but I think we're gonna try and get everyone to go. Like I don't know about people in Cali or AZ, but get everyone in Texas to go to the opening of Fort Airsoft. Definitely.
Yeah, Giant Sport
Hopefully.
Field. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like in terms of like big trips though, I think we're aiming for California, like SoCal, around like summerish. It's not gonna be anything crazy.
Yeah.
And then maybe another team trip to Texas, in like
Thank you, Porter, for the dollar.
probably early spring, late spring, something like that. But we definitely want to try to hit at least one op this year. I think that's one thing we've always had like a goal for. We're gonna go to a Milsim,
Yeah.
probably a starter Milsim like Avalon or something like that. Or if they have a reindeer games for AMS, that'd be cool too.
I would be so down to go there.
Yeah.
What did you guys see any of the? Oh, go for it. Go for it.
I was just gonna say, NorCal is definitely gonna happen. I don't know exactly when I want to do it this year. I won't go snowboarding till then, I promise.
I don't believe you. I don't believe him. Don't believe
But
him.
it's okay. I don't got bindings for that board, so we're chilling.
Perfect.
But I would love to go to NorCal, not only to play with you guys, but to visit family I haven't seen in so long.
That
But,
helps.
I definitely want to bring up a bunch of guys from Panda. I know there's a bunch of other guys that I'm in a group chat with that want to go up. So it's definitely happening. I don't remember the date. I think it's in like maybe 3 or 4 months. That's when the
some time.
discussion was brought up. They're like, "Oh, we'll do this." But honestly, if I can get like 2 weeks, like maybe 2 weeks, even just a week off of work, I would legit go like in like a week if I could. Cause it's NorCal. What? I'll just drive and put on like cruise control.
We've got. I don't know. I don't need to know like where We're not trying to dox your NorCal family. We are basically in the Sacramento area, so we're about 20 or so minutes north of Sacramento. It's in Roseville,
Okay.
which is very nice, by the way.
I
So,
I believe my family's in Roseville as well, actually.
oh, that's
Or
too
they're-
easy. We can hang out at
Or
Lazy
they're,
Dog.
or they're, yeah, dude, let's go to Lazy Dog, bro. I'm down.
Whenever you guys want to come up, pending the dates and stuff, what I like to try and do is get like a private thing going together. Thank you, Young Chuck, for the dollar again. What I like to try and do is get like a private invite only kind of thing and just sort of let you run wild with kids that I think can take it. Like that's when, Gunner. That's what I did with Gunner. When Gunner came up, I basically had an invite only game, and then we went into like the normal stuff from there. So you guys come up, private invite only game for free. I don't care. If you guys want to do some general public stuff, you're more than welcome to drop in for that, because I'm gonna get that money. But definitely an invite. Panda gets a free invite game for me, just for the homies.
Appreciate it.
Free shit.
Appreciate it,
I mean, it's the least I can do. You're coming from all the way from at least SoCal with a group of cats. The least I can do is let you hang out for a couple hours and just do whatever you want and get the full experience in before, Reynolds ruin it on a Sunday. Or some dad gets mad at you on a Saturday.
Dude, it's like the best Saturdays.
Still an airsoft field.
Did you shoot my kid?
Yes,
Twice?
many times. You will love our rule briefings. You will love them. So that is about where. Do you guys have any questions for me? By the way, I always ask people questions. Like, do you have questions for me?
I would say, what's your like biggest struggle of running? Like ASM, like just as a field ref. What was your biggest struggle?
Fuck. Petty shit. the same petty shit you deal with as a player, deal with it as a ref. It's the worst. Or getting kids to understand how to respawn. Like, the difference between, apparently, halfway through the day, kids forget the difference between a striped and a solid color wall, and then that creates problems. Petty complaining, or I think there's the lack of players that don't have any accountability for their own actions. Like, hey, he's spawn trapping me. Like, no, you're letting him. You're doing the same thing over and over again. What do you want? I'm not gonna pull that team back. I'm not gonna do it. Fight your way out of it or get off my field.
It happened at SC.
Yeah, that's a huge pain. Helix, technically, ASM technically no longer exists. It's been turned into True Aim.
True aim, yeah.
True aim.
Yeah, so we haven't paid ourselves yet, so I'm not actually making any money from that field, but it's doing wildly successful from what we expected it to do. We Sundays for us are like 130 kids.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Also, one thing from the chat that I've been seeing, Tanner does have some of the best like gear sense I've seen. Tanner's got great fits. Can't even lie about that. Tanner goes crazy with gear. I'm just helping with an argument in chat.
What items do you guys wish fields or shops would have more of? Like, what little items really, like FCU batteries or
C123A batteries. I hate when fields be charging like $10 for like 2 of those. It's crazy.
What is it?
It's like you go on Amazon, C123A batteries.
Oh,
It's like we're using
headset
TLRs
shut
and
off.
stuff.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. It's a C what battery?
C123A.
C123A battery. Ah, okay. Boop. Screenshot that. Selling those things.
Or like that, and just like what Gian said, just little things for like attachments or even balaclavas, like even the condor outdoor, like the half head wraps.
Mm-hmm.
Just those, because I don't know about anyone else, but I lose mine all the time. I buy it and it's gone 2 weeks later. And so just having those, or Brian makes good sense, but still just having things like that just make it much more convenient on field.
You go in
Like
timeout.
just batteries, double A's.
You go in timeout.
Or BBs, right? I hate when, like, okay, so I don't know why, but if Text Payment went from charging, I think it was like $20 for a bottle of 5,025s, like bio, used to be $20. Now they're charging
$25?
I think-
Damn it.
Yeah, 20. Yeah, no, it's 20 or $25. But now it's like half of that, so it's 2,700 for like same price, which is just crazy because like buying like BBs at the field is expensive, and I feel like more people would go through the field to buy BBs if it was like a reasonable price, like on like e-bike or something. I understand they have to make money, but it's like if you want like more people to buy your BBs, then you also have to like be reasonable.
Competitive pricing.
Exactly.
Brian just made a good point as well, something that I forgot. He also just made another one. Good mags
Yeah.
and BBs that weigh
Yeah.
more than 2.5.
Yeah,
Like
threes.
3.0s, 3s, 2.8s.
Yeah, we do 2.8s. 2.8s
But-
our weight limit.
Okay.
Ah,
But
yeah.
like a lot of places carry 2s and 2.5s, and it's just like, see, Brian's just making so many good points. Like parts, good mags, everything. So stuff. So if I have issues,
Come on, headset. There we go.
Powering off. Powering on. Battery low.
How's
Mic
my-
off.
How's my battery low? You're being charged at the same time I use you.
Powering off.
Keep talking, I got this. Don't mind me.
Powering on. Battery low.
Who's Randy?
What?
he charged like $90 to install a gate.
Sheesh.
What?
There we
Yeah.
go. Oh, that's a lot going on in chat. All right. Thank you guys. I appreciate everything you guys have. So Panda behind the scenes, I talk to the Panda guys fairly often about like, hey, do you think this is a good idea? Like, part of my success in Airsoft is 100% been some of the homies from Panda, because I will listen to them before I listen to some stupid 14-year-old casual. It's because that's how I run. So thank you guys for just being honest, being like, hey, that's a good idea. That's probably not a good idea at that field. So thank you guys for that. Thank you for your time. Thank you for enabling me to make $13 or $14 so I can.
Yes,
That's lunch
Hey,
tomorrow.
bro,
So
give me your Venmo. We'll make it 15. Don't you worry.
ooh, baby.
Yo, wait, can I plug the guap real quick?
Plug what you want.
All right,
Plug the guap, dude.
all right.
There's the tip
If
jar
you're like,
in the chat.
14 years old and you want a Panda patch, hit the DMs right now. I got hella guap. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Buy them up. Buy them up.
What are we selling them for right now?
Yeah, CB Airsoft patch. I got paid for my car insurance.
I got both of those.
Yes,
Got 'em
sir.
both?
Yes, sir.
Got them on
Gamer's a sponsored player by Panda Airsoft.
I got them
Yes,
on
sir.
my tan chest rig. Ooh,
Oh shit.
Sir.
so edgy. But it's
So
Matrix, so
edgy.
there's no way it can be that edgy if it's Matrix. What are the patches running for right now? What are the Panda patches? What are the ZB patches going for right now?
Says a better price.
Mine
Yeah.
are, mine are $5 a piece.
Ooh, that is a reasonable price to support the community.
Yes, sir. A little ZB patch. Obviously, it's backwards because of the camera, but. Yes,
Has
sir.
a field ever sold Panda patches?
No, not yet.
Doesn't
I'll
tech
trust some of that.
Maybe one will.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
saying.
all about-
Yeah. You can DM me about that. Yeah.
Let's see what my I'll wait for my company card to come in. Thank you, Porter, for the
sure.
$1.69. That'll happen.
Word.
We'll start with 5 and we'll see what happens with that. And just see how edgy we get. Thank you for everyone for tuning in. Hour and a half. That's what I'm talking about. A whole lot of edgy kids in chat. Make sure everyone is following all of the socials. You're watching my YouTube. You might as well subscribe to the YouTube. My email is blowing up. I have so many text messages. It's like I run a field or something, and it's even at 7 o'clock in the evening. I still have stuff.
Yeah, you get 40 subs in this one stream.
Ooh, that's what's up.
Hey.
See it.
All right, guys.
Gene,
I
I'm
appreciate
dirty.
all of you. Thank you very much. We'll hang out for a couple extra seconds in Discord, but I'm gonna let me throw my link. Here's my tip jar link one more time. Give me some money. There it is. Try not to have a real job ever again.
God.
Peeing in a cup is stupid, and I never want to shave. And weed